Namaste my dear friends. Basics under the distributive property. Arithmetic operation. Rounding of the nearest tens, hundreds, or thousands etc. Here, A is a common multiple of B and C, so we multiply A by B and A by C. Here, we observe the sign of A and B are plus, so the product of plus into plus is plus, and the product of A and B is AB. As we know A is a common multiple, so we move from B to C now. Again, if we observe the sign of A and C are plus, so the product of plus into plus is plus and the product of A and C is AC. So, while doing multiplication, the sign of the given numbers are most important. Suppose the question is, use the distributive property and find the product of 12 and 32. Here, 12 is smaller than 32, and we are familiar with 12 table compared to 32 table. So, we can write the number 32 as the sum of 30 and 2. Because the nearest tens of 32 is 30, and add 2 to 30, again we get the same number. Now 12 is a common multiple of 30 and 2. According to the formula, we can write it as the product of 12 and 30, and the product of 12 and 2. Now, we observe the product of 12 and 30 is 360. Now, the product of 12 and 2 is 24. Here, how to do a simple multiplication of 12 and 30. First, we ignore 0 in 30, and the product of 12 and 3 is 36, and join 0 to the right side of the result, that is 36, it becomes 360. Sum of 360 and 24 is 384. Observe the sign between B and C is minus. As we know, A is a common multiple of B and minus C. Here, we observe the sign of A and B are plus, so the product of plus into plus is plus, and the product of A and B is AB. Now we observe A and C here, the sign of A and C. A is plus and C is minus, so the product of two signs, that is plus into minus is minus, and the product of A and C is AC, together minus AC. Let us take another question, product of 97 and 16. Here, 16 table is familiar, so we write the number 97 as either sum of 90 and 7 or subtract 3 from 100. We can take either any one to get result. But we always prefer to take the nearest tens, hundreds, or thousands, and so on. In this example, 97 is nearest to 100, but not 90. So, we take 100 minus 3 only. Now 16 is a common multiple of plus 100 and minus 3. According to the formula, we can write it as the product of 116 and the product of 3 and 16. Now, we observe the product of 116 is 1600. Now, the product of 3 and 16 is 48. Now the difference, that is subtract 48 from 1600 is 1552. Children, you do rough work wherever is needed. If you want more information about the content or anything related to the subject, please refer to the blogger and clarify your doubts. Thank you for watching the video, friends.